The Anti-Counterfeit Authority has held a consultative meeting with members of the Kenya Association of Manufacturers Legal and Regulatory Committee on the planned implementation of the Intellectual Property Rights System. The discussions, which are also attended by Trade and the Kenya Bureau of Standards, centered on the progress of the Intellectual Property Rights Recordation System and resorted to the creation of a central database where all imported goods are recorded. This even as Kenya joins South Africa, Mauritius and Algeria as the only countries in Africa to implement the Intellectual Property Rights Recordation System. Our very own Michelle Macau with more on the story.
Of course, we know the dangers of counterfeit goods. For example, we have health. If drugs are not exactly what they're supposed to be, then that way we affect the buildings that you're seeing going down. We don't know whether it is counterfeit goods that were used.
Kenya is among 4 other African countries which are implementing the Intellectual Property Rights Recordation. According to the Anti-Counterfeit Authority Chair Flora Mutahi, there are concerted efforts to reduce counterfeit products in the market. Already, a system is in place to record the country's intellectual property.
In terms of time,
Mutahi said the database is important since 70 to 80% of the goods sold in the country are counterfeits. This will also serve as a way to check if the products imported are genuine.
We record everybody's intellectual property. So if it is a brand, for example, I do the brand Melvin's, it is registered to so-and-so. So anybody trying to import that if you're not the registered importer, then you will not be able to bring in. This database is important for several reasons. Number one, we have a database. 2, the people who 70 or 80% of imported goods are counterfeit. I mean, when we look at the number of counterfeiters, a lot of the goods that come in, 70 or 80% are counterfeit.
We wish to ensure that whatever is being imported into this country is something that is genuine, so that we're able to protect the interests of Kenyan consumers, the interests of manufacturers themselves that are manufacturing goods in this country.
The executive director of the Anti-Counterfeit Authority, Mbugwa Njoroge, said that they want to ensure that whatever is being imported in the country is genuine so that they are able to protect the interests of the Kenyan consumers and manufacturers. He added that ACA will continue to provide education and outreach to the industry players.
Process of applying for the various permits required for you to ensure that you meet the requirements of ACA are automated in the single window system.
Trade CEO David Ngarama said that they have a mandate of simplifying trade and have about 40 government agencies involved in the export and import process, which are all in the single window system. ACA's process will be under the single window system, which will make application of permits easier by just logging into the portal. He stated that they have automated from 14% of government agency export-import processes to about 95%.
Right now, we have about 40 government agencies involved in the export and import processes, and all their processes are in the single window system, which then means that if, for example, you need to make an importation and you need a permit from, for example, 3 government agencies, you log into our system and make that application online. Then the government agency from their end will log into the system and approve your application, which now means that you do not need to run up and down to various government agency offices.
The Kenya Association Manufacturers Chairman for Legal and Regulatory Committee, Rajan Malde, called for increased collaboration with government agencies. He also urged KEBS to leverage on capacity building forums to enhance awareness on the various forms of illicit trade and counterfeiting in the country.
And they may be genuine, they may be for.
Michelle Macau, Hope TV Newswatch.